Imagine a small, sleepy town in the deep South during the Great Depression, a place where everyone knows everyone, and secrets are as much a part of life as the sweltering summer heat. This is Macomb, Alabama, the setting of Harper Lee's timeless novel, To Kill a Mockingbird. Through the innocent eyes of a young girl named Scout Finch, we're invited into a world teetering on the edge of change, where the simple joys of childhood collide with the stark realities of prejudice and injustice. Scout, whose real name is Jean Louise Finch, lives with her older brother Jim and their widowed father Atticus, a principled lawyer with a steadfast moral compass. Their home is a modest, cozy abode on the main residential street of Macomb, where oak trees whisper in the wind and the front porches are stages for nightly conversations. The Finch household is warm and nurturing, filled with books, laughter, and the gentle guidance of Atticus, who treats his children with a respect uncommon for the era. Summer brings a new friend into their lives, Dill Harris, a curious and imaginative boy from Mississippi who spends his vacations with his Aunt Rachel next door. The trio becomes inseparable, their days filled with adventures and playful schemes. But one mystery captivates them above all else: the enigmatic figure of Arthur Boo Radley, their reclusive neighbor who hasn't been seen outside his dilapidated house in years. Whispers among the townsfolk paint Boo as a spectral figure, a source of fear and fascination for the children. They spin tales about him, daring each other to get closer to the Radley place, hoping for just a glimpse of the phantom within. As the seasons change, strange gifts begin to appear in the knothole of a tree on the Radley property. Small tokens like carved soap figures, pennies, and gum. Scout and Jim realize that someone is trying to communicate with them, perhaps even Boo himself. These silent offerings ignite their imaginations and slowly chip away at the monstrous image they've built of their mysterious neighbor. Amidst these childhood escapades, Atticus emerges as a beacon of wisdom and compassion. One day, he gives Scout and Jim air rifles, but imparts a crucial lesson. It's a sin to kill a mockingbird. Perplexed, the children seek clarity from Miss Maudie, their kindly neighbor. She explains that mockingbirds do nothing but provide joy with their songs, harming no one, a metaphor that will resonate profoundly as events unfold. Life in Macomb takes a serious turn when Atticus is appointed to defend Tom Robinson, a black man falsely accused of raping Mela Ewell, a white woman from the town's poorest family. The case grips the community, stirring deep-seated prejudices and setting the stage for a confrontation between justice and bigotry. Despite facing scorn and hostility, Atticus stands firm in his commitment to the truth, embodying the very principles he strives to instill in his children. The trial becomes the focal point of the narrative, a tense and emotionally charged episode that exposes the ugly underbelly of Macomb's societal norms. Scout, Jim, and Dill secretly watch from the colored balcony, absorbing every word and nuance. In the courtroom, Atticus methodically dismantles the prosecution's case. He reveals that Miela's injuries were inflicted by someone left-handed, pointing out that Tom's left arm is crippled, rendering him physically incapable of the crime. Atticus suggests that Bob Ewell, Miela's father and a left-handed man, is the true perpetrator, having beaten his daughter upon discovering her advances toward Tom. Despite the compelling evidence and Atticus's impassioned plea for justice, the all-white jury delivers a guilty verdict. The weight of this injustice crushes Jim, who had believed in the inherent fairness of the legal system. It's a harsh awakening to the realities of their world, a moment that shatters the innocence of childhood. In the aftermath, the town grapples with the repercussions. Tom Robinson, losing hope for an appeal, attempts to escape from prison and is tragically shot dead. The news devastates Atticus and further disillusions Jem and Scout. Meanwhile, Bob Ewell seethes with humiliation and vows revenge against those who exposed his lies. He harasses Tom's widow, menaces Judge Taylor, and spits in Atticus's face, a display of cowardice met with Atticus's unwavering composure. As Halloween approaches, Maycomb hosts a pageant celebrating the town's agricultural heritage. Scout is assigned to play a ham, a bulky costume that restricts her vision and mobility. After the festivities, Scout and Jem begin their trek home under the cloak of darkness. The night is thick with the sounds of crickets and rustling leaves, an atmosphere ripe with foreboding. Suddenly, they are attacked by an unseen assailant. In the chaos, Jem is knocked unconscious, and Scout, trapped in her costume, struggles to comprehend what's happening. Out of the shadows, a mysterious figure intervenes, rescuing them from the clutches of danger. The attacker is revealed to be Bob Ewell, who lies dead from a knife wound. Back at their house, Scout finally meets her savior, a pale, silent man with gentle eyes. It's Boo Radley, the very neighbor who had been the subject of so many of their childhood fears and fantasies. Sheriff Hectate arrives and, understanding the situation, insists that Bob Ewell fell on his own knife. He aims to protect Boo from the public scrutiny that would inevitably follow the truth. Atticus initially resists, wanting to uphold the law above all else, but Scout, wise beyond her years, gently tells her father that exposing Boo would be like killing a mockingbird. She recognizes the profound innocence and goodness in Boo, mirroring the very lesson Atticus had taught them. In the quiet moments that follow, Scout walks Boo back to his home. Standing on his porch, she sees her world from a new perspective, literally and figuratively. It's a poignant realization of empathy, as she steps into Boo's shoes and understands his life of solitude and observation. The boundaries between myth and reality dissolve, leaving her with a deeper comprehension of humanity. Throughout the narrative, the characters evolve in profound ways. Scout transforms from a feisty, impulsive child into a thoughtful and perceptive young girl. Her journey is marked by the lessons she learns about prejudice, courage, and understanding. Jem grapples with disillusionment, struggling to reconcile his ideals with the harsh truths he witnesses. Dill confronts the complexities of morality and injustice, his innocence challenged by the events of the trial. At the heart of it all is Atticus Finch, a paragon of virtue who stands tall against the tides of ignorance and hatred. His unwavering commitment to justice and equality sets the moral framework of the story. He teaches his children, not just through words but through actions, the importance of empathy and standing up for what is right, even when faced with overwhelming opposition. Boo Radley, once a phantom of the children's imaginations, emerges as a symbol of misunderstood kindness. His actions reveal a silent guardian who watches over Scout and Jem, protecting them in the only ways he knows how. His character challenges the prejudgments and fears that can cloud perception, emphasizing the novel's theme of looking beyond the surface. The themes woven into the fabric of To Kill a Mockingbird are as relevant today as they were when the book was first published. The story confronts the brutal realities of racism and inequality, exposing how deeply these issues are ingrained in society. It questions the morality of a community that allows injustice to prevail under the guise of tradition and conformity. The mockingbird itself serves as a powerful symbol throughout the novel, representing innocence destroyed by evil. Characters like Tom Robinson and Boo Radley embody this symbolism, as they are harmed by the very society they are part of despite having done nothing but good. The narrative urges readers to consider the consequences of prejudice and to recognize the humanity in others. The setting of Maycomb is more than just a backdrop. It's a character in its own right. The town's dusty roads, ramshackle houses, and tight-knit community create an atmosphere that is both charming and suffocating. The slow pace of life contrasts sharply with the intensity of the events that unfold, highlighting the tensions lurking beneath the surface of everyday existence. As the story concludes, Scout reflects on the lessons learned and the people who have shaped her understanding of the world. Standing on the Radley porch, she contemplates the interconnectedness of their lives and the profound impact of empathy. It's a moment of quiet revelation, a recognition that true courage and goodness often reside where we least expect them. To Kill a Mockingbird is a tale that resonates on multiple levels. It's a coming-of-age story, a social commentary, and a poignant exploration of morality. Through its rich characters and compelling narrative, it invites us to examine our own beliefs and the society we live in. The novel doesn't offer easy answers, but encourages a continual quest for understanding and justice. In the end, the story leaves us with a sense of hope that through compassion and integrity, change is possible. It reminds us that, like Scout, we must be willing to see the world through others' eyes, to walk in their shoes, and to stand up against injustice wherever it may arise. As we close the pages on Maycomb and its inhabitants, the echoes of their experiences linger, urging us to carry forward the lessons of empathy, courage, and the unwavering pursuit of what is right. To Kill a Mockingbird isn't just a story from a bygone era. It's a mirror reflecting the ongoing challenges we face and a call to action for each generation to make the world a more just and compassionate place.